What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this tutorial, I'll walk you through how to connect Flutterwave to n8n so that you can automate your entire payment workflow, from generating a payment link to sending it to a customer and then verifying the payment and also logging the payment information into a Google Sheet. Now, there's something critical to note. n8n doesn't have a special or a native node for Flutterwave, and if I come here and search for Flutterwave, it doesn't have a node that we could use. But if we search for Stripe, let's see, it has a native node for Stripe, so it means one can easily automate Stripe payment gateway in n8n. And now that Flutterwave is not, the n8n doesn't have a native node for Flutterwave, there has to be a few workarounds, and that's what I'm going to show you in this video. Now, this is the same system I use for selling courses, digital products, and automation services. So let's get started. Before we build anything, here's a quick overview of what this workflow will do. We are going to create a Flutterwave payment link right here in n8n. This workflow will also automatically send a link to a customer via email. Flutterwave will notify us in n8n via this webhook once the customer made the payment, and then we verify the payment here and then check the payment status. If it was successful, we log it to a Google Sheet. If it wasn't successful, we log it to the same Google Sheet but with a different tag that shows it had failed or successful. Now, this is a full end-to-end payment automation that removes manual work completely. Now, before you start, you're going to need a Flutterwave account, a Flutterwave secret key, a webhook secret hash, and an n8n running. You're also going to need a Gmail account connected to n8n. If you've not done that already, I'm going to show you how to connect it. The first step here is that we have to create the payment URL in n8n. So here I added a manual trigger node. Now this lets us test the workflow instantly. Now you might have a specific use case whereby you want customers to receive a payment link after they have filled the form. So in that case, you're going to use a webhook node here. So I'm using a manual trigger to execute the workflow instantly. So after that, we now add an HTTP request node. You can rename it Create Payment URL. Once you've added an HTTP request node, you come into it and then set the method to post. Then the URL, set it to this. Set authentication to be none. Turn on send headers, and then you have to add these two headers. Now, once you've turned on send headers, you come here and then click on use field below. And then for the first header, the name should be authorization, then the value should be bearer, followed by your secret key. Now, to get your secret key, you come to Flutterwave, go to settings, go to API keys. Now, since this is a test, we are testing the workflow, we use the test API keys. So once you are here, this is your secret key. You have to just click on copy it here, and then go to n8n and paste it as the value of the authorization. So you can now add the second header with the name, content type, then the value application/JSON. After that, you turn on send body, set the content type to be JSON, then the specify body using JSON, and then for the body, I use a simple payload here, and this payload is what is going to help Flutterwave send or create a payment link to send to us. So what this payload contains, it contains a text reference, it contains a redirect URL, which I'm using my portfolio here. It also contains an amount, currency, customer details, which include the email, name, phone number. The customer details can be more than this, so I'm just using this as a simple illustration. So also the customization, what the payment receipt should carry. So for here, I'm using title, that's the AI automation tutorial. Then for the description, I'm saying payment for n8n course. So this is a simple payload that will help Flutterwave create the payment link and send to us. And take note of something: you must add a redirect URL. You must add it, else Flutterwave won't be able to send a payment link to you. So once you have completed that, if you click on execute step, Flutterwave is going to return a payment link. So it returns a payment link here. This it returns a payment link. So now we need to send this payment link to a customer via email. So add a Gmail node. Come and search for Gmail, click on it, you add it. Once you've added it, you come into it, and then first of all you have to create a new credential. You click on create a new credential. You can sign in with Google here and choose an account. So once you sign in Google, that should connect. So I've already connected mine. I don't need to sign in again. So the resource, set it to message. Then the operation, it should be sent, because we want to send a message to a customer via Gmail. Then you set the input the customer email you want to send it to, and then the subject of the email. For this tutorial, I'm using your payment link for AI automation course. And the email type, I'm setting it to HTML because I'm going to format it, but you can also set it to text. So I'm setting it to HTML. Then for the message, I'm just using a simple boilerplate that says, hi, thank you for your interest in our AI automation course. Please complete your payment using this link. This syntax are for break to go to the next line. It's a simple HTML syntax. So that's it. Best regards. That's it. Automation. Now it says complete your payment using this link, and I'm using this expression. Now where is this expression coming from? The expression is coming from here, this link. So remember, in our HTTP request node, we created a payment link and then return it to us. So we simply drag this here and drop. So that's what says as a payment link. When we are sending this message to the customer, it's going to contain the link so that they can now make payments. Once you've done that, you are calling add option, append n8n attribution. Uncheck this so that it doesn't send something like this message was sent using n8n or something. We don't want anything like that. So once you've done that, if we execute the workflow again, we should receive a payment link in our email. So I'm going to click on execute workflow. It says workflow executed successfully. So let's check our email to see. So this is the email here. It says your payment link for AI automation course. Your payment link for AI automation course. Hi, thank you for your interest in AI automation course. Please complete your payment using this link. So this is the link. I can click on it and it's going to redirect me to where I can make payments. So if you see, remember the information I included in the payload that it's going to send to Flutterwave. It includes 90-day pay automation tutorial. So you can either choose the payment option. So I'm going to choose bank transfer. So it gives us an account number we can transfer to. But since this is a test, we are testing this workflow and we are using the test API key. We don't need to make any transfer. We just come and click on I have made this bank transfer. But before I click on this, let's go and set up the Flutterwave webhook in n8n. We want Flutterwave to notify us when payment has been made. So because of that, we're going to add a webhook. You can click on this and search for webhook trader. It's the first one that's going to show you. Click on it. So once you are clicked on it, once you click on it, you can come in and come and set the HTTP method to post. You set the HTTP method to post. And the path, set it to Flutterwave -payment -webhook. Then leave the authentication as none. The response, set it to immediately. Now, take note, we're going to need this our webhook endpoint, so you're going to click on it to copy it and take it to your Flutterwave dashboard. Here in your Flutterwave, you go to settings, you go to webhook. Over in webhook, remember this is a test event that we're trying to create. So you go to, we have live webhook, we have test webhook. So click on test webhook. Once you're here, you paste that webhook URL, you copy it, you can paste it here. And then if you look below, it says something secret hash. Now this secret hash is not going to be given to you, so you have to create it. So you have to create, you can use anything at all, any long string of number that cannot easily be guessed, right? Cannot easily be guessed. So once you've gotten that, you can now click on save. It's going to save. and then come back to your n8n. So we've been able to set up the Flutterwave webhook so that it listens if payment comes in. So once we've done that, we need to also verify. But before we verify, let us test this webhook if it works. So I'm going to go in here and click on listen for test events. So it's currently listening for a test event. You can now go to our email, click on the payment link, and then let's make payment and see if anything is going to notify us. So we're using bank transfer, click on pay. So like I said, you don't need to make any payment to this. Just come here and click on make this bank transfer. So once it loads up, go to your n8n, you see not executed successfully. So it means our webhook has actually listened for a payment event in Flutterwave. So once customers make payments, we are going to receive that event right there now n8n. So we'll now decide what we are going to do with this payment information. So we'll just go ahead and pin this. So once we pin it, we can come here to verify the signature. Now the reason we are verifying is because most people can maybe send a request to our webhook endpoint using either Postman. So we don't want any kind of malicious activity. We want to verify if this payment event came from Flutterwave directly. That's why we are going to verify the signature. So we just go ahead and add a code name. Click on this search for code. This first one here, you click on it and then click on code in JavaScript. So once you've added it, you can rename it to verify signature. And then I'm just going to explain what this code does in simple terms. Now, remember, we're trying to verify a payment that happened in Flutterwave. So we are saving some incoming items in a variable. So if you look at your Flutterwave webhook, the headers, there are some metadata there. If you go down, you will see verify hash, right? Verify hash. So you come here, you say we are saying that we want to store this verify hash, which is this, into this variable called incoming hash. So what I simply did was that I dragged this and dropped here. Drag it and drop here. So we are storing the hash that came from the payment and metadata. We are saving it in incoming hash. So once we store that variable, we also have to store our own Flutterwave secret hash. Now remember, we created a secret hash here. We are just going to take note of that because you need it. Copy it and then come to n8n. And you can either paste it here, but according to best practice, you have to store sensitive information into an environment variable that you can reference it. But basically, this tutorial, I'm just going to paste this, our secret hash here, and store it in the variable called Flutterwave secret hash. Now, once we've done that, we're going to use an if statement to check if this payment event came directly from Flutterwave. So here we're saying if it is not the incoming hash, or if the incoming hash is not equal to what we have as our Flutterwave secret hash here, what should happen? It should throw a new error saying unauthorized source, invalid Flutterwave signature, else it's going to return the full JSON. So now this is JavaScript code. If you want to learn more about JavaScript, you can join my Telegram community. I also teach web development. So that is what this code is doing. It's checking if the hash that we received from this payment is equal to, or it is the same as the hash that is on our own webhook in Flutterwave. If it's correct, then the payment came directly from Flutterwave. But if it's not correct, it means it was a malicious transaction. So once we've done that, we can now verify the signature. So after we verify the signature, we now check if the payment was successful by using the if node. You can click on that section, search for if, click on if here. So once you click on if, you've added it, you go into it, and let's say that we are using a conditional statement to check if the payment was successful. So we'll go to our Flutterwave web again, and then look for a parameter called status. You can go there. So you see status here. It's under the body of the payment option. So status, you can simply drag this and drop here. That's what I did. So once you drop it there, you click on the kind of operation you want. Set it to equal to. So let's say the equal to successful. So you copy this and paste it here, so that if this payment comes in and the status there is successful, it is going to be true. So it will go through this route. But if it is not successful, it is going to show failed. And since we don't have any operation to handle that, it will automatically take it through this route and then log the information to our Google Sheets. So in our Google Sheets, first of all, you create a new credential. It's similar to how we created a new credential for our Gmail node. We click on sign in with Google, and that should connect. So once you've done that, in the resource, select sheet within document, because I've created a Google Sheet in my Google documents. So you select sheet within documents, then the operation, you can either choose to append row or update row. Then you come here, click from list, and then select the Google Sheet you want to use. Then for the sheets from list, just click on sheet 1, any one you want to use. So here we are going to be mapping each column manually, right? Mapping each column manually. So this column, each of these column matches what we have. Each of these column matches what we have here. So you see, we have a column for email, a column for payments, and a column for amount. So if you go back to here, we have email, we have payments, we have amount. So you map each column manually. Now, how do we get the values for this? You can simply come to your Flutterwave webhook, and then for the email, you go to the body. Go to the body. For the email, the customer email is going to be here. So you can simply drag and drop. And the payment, you want to check the status of the payment if it is successful. You can simply come here and drag and drop the status. Then for the amount, you want to check the amount that was paid. You can drop it, click on the charged amount. So, or rather, I click on the amount, because if you use the charged amount, it's going to be the amount that was set for this payment plus the charges. But if you use amount, it's going to be the amount that was set for this payment. So you drag that and drop it, and then that's that. So if we execute this step, so it sends us a JSON and says with the field that we've included, like the email, payments, will show successful, and then the amount. So let's check our Google Sheet to see if these details logged correctly. So you see the email, the payments, and then the amount. So it was correctly logged to our Google Sheet. So you now have a complete n8n plus Flutterwave integration that creates payments, sends links automatically, receives payment confirmation, verifies the webhook, and logs everything to our Google Sheet, and runs without any manual work. Now this is perfect for online courses, SaaS, digital services, and automation businesses. If you want more advanced tutorials on n8n or Flutterwave or any automation system, subscribe and drop a comment below. See you on the next one.